Hi everybody, thanks for tuning back into Crypto Mainly. My name's Lee. Wow, interesting couple of days on price action there. Very confusing, very choppy once again. So hence the reason I haven't put a video out. So obviously it's been very difficult to read what's been going on. But let's just jump straight into the content. I'll try and shed some light on that for you. Okay, so well, it's been let's just say it's been interesting, so to speak. We've had let's just zoom into this area that we're looking at, on our sort of close-up daily, sort of smaller time frames. You can see. I've got to be honest with you guys. I entered a short position here. Once we drop below this level here, I actually entered a short position here, only for the price to turn around quite quickly on me and accelerate off. So very frustrating. It is frustrating, not only obviously when you see something like that happen, but that's a trader's life. You've just got to accept it. If you go on a smaller time frames here, you can see that Bitcoin, if we look at a 4-hour time frame, it's a bit clearer on there. You can see that you had the breakout from resistance, same as we did here basically, but we had the breakout. We had an immediate bearish engulfing candle. So we had a breakout here, and then this big red candle which engulfs the green candle. So it's a bigger candle than the green one. That's called a bearish engulfing candle, for those of you that don't know. And once we dropped down below this level here, I actually entered a short position right there, only for the price to come down, bounce, and very quickly turn around on me and hit my stop loss and obviously take me out of the trade. So yeah, frustrating, guys. I mean, it's particularly frustrating because if we have a look on if I just double click on here, we'll show you the RSI for a moment. You can see this vertical line that I've drawn here, which is this local high here. Okay, you can see that I've drawn the dotted line there. So if we just look at the RSI on the price, rather, you see how this is higher, and then all of this price action all down here is all lower than this price action here. So if you look at the RSI, this vertical line here, as you can see, is the high, and as you can see, as we flick through the time frames, as we can see, let's go back to the RSI, just double click on that, bring that up. So as you can see, as the price was lower, you've got the RSI gradually creeping higher and higher and higher, so basically as we go through the time frames, even from like the hourly, you can see, if we just find that vertical line. So the vertical line here, as you can see, is the high here yet again. But as you can see, even the RSI is creeping up and up and up and up, and yet the price is going lower and lower and lower. So you've got RSI bearish divergence on the hourly. Same for the 2-hourly. You've got higher highs on RSI, whilst the price is obviously it is still lower than this high here. So you've got RSI, you've got bearish divergence on the 2-hour. 4-hour, once again, you've got higher RSI and lower price action. 6-hour, same again, higher RSI, lower price action. 12-hour, same again, from the vertical line. We've got higher higher highs on the RSI, and yet still, if you look at even on the daily, from this point here, this vertical line, we've still got lows. So even all the way up to the 12-hour. And in fact, I believe on the daily as well, if we click on a daily time frame at the top there, yeah, so same again, this is the high here, and we've got higher RSI, and if you look at the daily here, you've got this is the vertical line, the highs here, and you've got lower highs here. So you've got bearish divergence from the time frames all the way up, from an hourly time frame all the way up to and including the daily. So guys, I know that things look quite bullish. It looks quite promising. We've broken above this support line and things, but this bearish divergence is cooking up a big move to the downside. Okay, so I'm going to be sitting on the sidelines. I'm not going to be trading this chop anymore. This chop has caught me out a couple of times over the last couple of days, particularly in the last sort of 24 hours, 48 hours. It's caught me out a couple of times. So I'm literally not going to be trading again now. That might cost me some gains. But one interesting thing as well, if I just draw this on there as well for you, just another sort of point of interest really, is that you've got this this falling wedge pattern which was starting to form here, which actually I did wonder actually whether this was going to be, you know, this was going to be the sort of the you know, like the price move when we broke down from here. I did wonder if we were going to get down to these low levels again. As you know from, you know, my previous videos, you know, I'm expecting this to come down into this region. I still actually am expecting that to happen, guys, believe it or not, even though things look, you know, like you know, extremely sort of promising on the time frame. Even on this time frame on the daily there, you can see already. I mean, clearly, you know, we've still got another 7 hours of today to go. But you can see there that the top of the wick is all the way up here at sort of 42, just under 43,000. And we're already rejecting down to 42,000 already. And in fact, I mean, obviously there's 7 hours left to go of this today's daily time frame candle. But you can see we're already below yesterday's high, the wick high yesterday. So this is looking like it's rejecting already. As I say, guys, you know, don't read too much into that. We've got a long way to go, 7 hours to go till the end of today. But my concern is this bearish divergence. You know, in a minute, what's going to happen is that bearish divergence is going to kick in. It's going to be confirmed, and then we're going to get this big accelerated move to the downside. I'm sorry to say that, guys. I do think that that is still going to be happening. I would say, you know, when's that going to happen? I would say certainly within the next week, shall we say, if prices are consolidated, going sideways for a while, and then we get this break above this high here. So this is... this high here is 43,200. And once we get above there, I mean, on the safe side, guys, to be on the safe side, once we get above 44,000, then all of this price action down here has just been one big bear trap. Let me just mark that on there, and we'll pop that on there as being green, because that'll be good news if we get above there. So that green one is just under 44,000. Once we get above there, then, you know, we can pretty well say that all of this down here, all of this price action has been one big bear trap as it stands. We did mention in previous videos that once we get below this support line, that we'll get some kind of bottoming pattern, and you know, and then we'll be off to the races. But I mean, it's possible that we could be already, you know, we've already on this daily time, but you can already see that this is actually a bottoming pattern now. And you know, and we are looking like we are going to you know, sort of carry on upwards from now. You can see actually my projection from the dotted line there where I thought the price was going to be. But you know, I've got to say, if you look back through here, you've seen that there's bottoming pattern here, there's a bottoming pattern here, there's a bottoming pattern here, and even like 1, 2, 3. If I just actually just highlight that a bit better for you. You know, even with those, you know, those 3 clear bottoming patterns, you can still see that price, you know, still. So you've got one big bottoming pattern here. So big, you know, lows followed by higher lows. So this bottoming pattern here, and then the breakout of the neckline here. So you've got this nice move, and you've got the same again. You've got a big, you know, bottoming pattern, big W there. So you've got lows, higher lows, and then the breakout of that level here. Then you've got a nice price action, and yet again we came back down to the lows again. And then you've got like a bigger bottoming pattern here, and hence the reason that the breakout from that level gave us that nice big pump there, which is basically the measured move from this wick low to the bottom there. If you move that to the point of breakout, that's where that move came from. And we've got a bottom pattern here again, you know, but what I'm trying to demonstrate here is 1, 2, 3 times we had bottoming patterns and we still came back down, and we still had the wicks down. We still came back down. We still had the, you know, a wick just below. So, you know, one bottoming pattern back down, a second bottoming pattern back down, a third bottoming pattern, and still back down to this support. So, you know, you can almost say that this range is fairly established, and that we're going to possibly even continue in this range for a while yet to come. May particularly is a bad time for crypto and for the market generally, and also, you know, from traditional market point of view. So, you know, you've got this phrase, I'm sure you've heard it, sell in way and walk away. That is a term which is used in every since I've been in the space, so 4 years or more. Every May there has been a major correction in the market, whether it be, you know, traditional markets or cryptocurrency. And generally, what happens is it tends to be looking bullish. All the indicators are all looking bullish. Everything looks really promising. and rosy, and then you get the correction. So just watch out for that, guys, in May. Have a look at dominance here. So not much action from the altcoins, but as you can see, as you can see from my squiggly lines here, that I thought that we were going to continue in this range, and we still are. We're in the upper part of the range at the moment. So if we get this rolling over back down to the bottom of the range, we may get some nice altcoin action in the next in the next short little while there. But we've got no kind of established break to the upside or break to the downside, so no range resolution, so to speak. So we're going to continue in this range for a while. And pretty well the market, really. I mean, in general, it's been quite boring in terms of, apart from obviously we get just these sporadic pumps that come from nowhere. To give you an idea, it just goes to show on the other, on another chart that I put out there, just how unpredictable that was. If we go to, so we were looking at this chart for the looking for the bearish divergence to play out, and we were watching for this bearish divergence to play out when the price was all the way down here, and the RSI was down here. It was looking like it's going to come back down and actually confirm the bearish divergence, and then you just get a sudden pump from nowhere of this huge volume that pushes price in the opposite direction. And yet again, you get this, an engulfing bearish candle. Now, you should normally, technically speaking, the probabilities are much higher that you would get a continuation to the downside from this. And it's almost like this has been created to get everybody shorting again. And then obviously price has gone back and taken out their stops once again. But you can see from here, the RSI broke back down below. It's come back up again, and now it's testing that level again. Price action is all over the place at the moment, guys, and I'm going to be quite happy to just sit on the sidelines, because actually the trades that you try to take whilst the market is doing this, it becomes very frustrating. You end up taking bigger positions than you would do normally to try and sort of revenge trade and make up for some of the losses that the market's taken from you. So whenever you get in that sort of mindset, guys, it's best to just sit out and just wait until you get an established direction and a clearer trend that you can trade with. I'd be very careful at the moment, guys. There's a lot of price manipulation going on at the moment from what I can see. And when you try and trade against the big fish and the whales of things, you don't really stand much of a chance. When there's the volatility is extremely low at the moment. The volumes are really low. So when you've got really low volatility like that, coupled with the fact that some big whales are playing with the price action, it's easier for them to do that when there's low volatility, and that's what's happening. So the price is chopping around all over the place, and it's virtually impossible to trade like that. So I'm going to be sitting out anyway, guys, for the immediate short term. I just on the subject of thank you, guys, I just wanted to show you this. Actually, it's very interesting that our age and gender for the channel has changed. So we've got almost 20% of our subscribers now. So we're just up to 200 subscribers, just under 200 subscribers. We've got an 80% male population, but it's interesting to see that we're getting more female members. And also, I'm really pleased that some of the younger members, 18 to 24 and 25 to 34, now represent about 50%, just over 50%, in fact, of our audience. Whereas before it was very high. From the 35 to 44-year-old range. I'm actually a little bit above this range in terms of my age, but it's nice to see that we're getting some of the younger audience in. And if you are a younger member and you've got any comments or any sort of suggestions, please feel free to comment and make your suggestions. Don't feel like you have to sit in silence, just watch the videos. Please put your input in. I'd be interested to find out what it is that you're interested in and what direction you'd like the channel to go in. And obviously I can help make that happen. So, guys, thanks ever so much. Got 193 subscribers now. The watch time, the number of views, number of sort of new followers each day is all growing and growing and growing. And I really appreciate that. And I do thoroughly enjoy putting the videos out for you. So, thank you ever so much, guys. Please trade carefully at the moment. There's so much chop going on, and I'm still not convinced that we're out of the woods yet. So, be careful, guys. All the best now. Always remember, take profits and buy something real. And I'll see you again tomorrow. All the best. Take care, guys.